Hi, I'm Sharon Like, DJ Sharon Like. We're at the Line Hotel in LA. I was just spinning some records, vinyl records, which I'm done with now. So we're excited to have this interview with you. And I am sitting here with my partner.
I'm Ajax. Hi.
And Ajax is actually, she's done costume design. She's also now currently a SAG puppeteer. Ajax is really she's my stylist. I mean, I have a certain amount of I showed up, we've been together for what, like 5.5 years?
Plus.
I showed up with a certain amount of personal style, but Ajax is the specialist. Like, she knows how to do it more than I do.
Well, you have a lot of taste.
Thank you. It's a good team.
Yeah.
What are we wearing today?
What are we wearing
Yeah.
And where'd you get them? Sparkle.
Okay,
You got sparkle.
Jacket.
It started with the pants, though.
It started with the pants. Were the pants first? The spiderweb pants.
This was from Goodwill.
I guess you have to start at the boots, too.
Oh, yeah.
So these are boots from, I would assume, online.
Pandemic buy.
Freaking out, like, I need boots. I bought a bunch of boots. But these are kind
They
of
were
my
all
favorite.
good buys.
These are like very mid, and they're very comfortable. Zipper on the side. I don't like tying shoes. And then, okay, so you know the deal with these pants.
These were from Goodwill.
These are from Goodwill.
They've been sitting in a sewing box for at least a year.
Wow.
Waiting for me to turn them into something else. But then I went through it and realized they're good how they are.
They're really cool.
Especially on you.
Thank you. But so as far as this whole look, I started with the dress, really.
Yeah.
Because we got these at Ross.
There is another one that's like more silver than blue.
Yeah, the other
pair.
one has more rainbowy kind of sequins.
Yeah.
This one is more almost monochrome gray silver, but it worked better today. So they're very similar dresses. But the dress was from Ross. How much was it? I don't know, but not that much because it was from Ross. And the jacket, which is Levi's, also from Ross. So Ross is where I find most of my clothes. It's hard
Ross
finding
is
stuff
good
that
for us
fits,
once or twice a year.
It actually kind of works out at Ross because they don't have like the normal women's sizes, so as much. Or they also they've got a good wide range of sizes, at Ross. So that works for me. So yeah, I started with the dress because shiny. Like, we did kind of a major Ross haul. What was it, a couple months ago? Probably. But we kind of went for it and just picked up everything. And this was latent. It was waiting. I hadn't worn it before, so tonight's the first night, and I was like, well, if we're going to be talking to Janet, like, I might as well kind of go for it. I kind of want to do more of a glam thing. And so I started with the dress, and then it's like, I'm not going to shave my legs because it's pointless.
And cold today.
And yeah, so it's like, I'll just put on these tights. These were the most silver tights to match the dress. But also the spiderwebs is very in tune with my inner goth tendencies. And then the jacket probably matches the boots. Ajax, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing, I think I'm wearing like a lot of my most staple. Like, this hat I made like a long time ago, and I wear it a lot when it gets cold.
I didn't know that she made the hat.
It was out of like leftover scraps from a project. Yeah, a jacket that was gifted to me by a friend. Some kind of hand-me-down, maybe vintage or maybe just sort of old. A shirt that I've been wearing all the time, like pretty much every time we go out recently. I liked it with velvet pants that were from Ross, but I couldn't find them.
Gives you some leeway. There's a baby.
Oh yeah, that is from Ross, actually. I am wearing one thing from Ross.
Have to wear a Ross.
And my tights are slightly green, which I'm happy about because
the skirt is a separate piece.
The skirt is a separate piece. Yeah, that's just something that like I cut off at some point, something that probably I inherited from a friend like a long time ago. I have a lot of inherited friends' clothes. like a lot. But I also just have a lot of clothes.
And the boots?
And the boots. Oh yeah, those were from out of the closet
Out of the closet.
a few years ago. Yeah. These have been really good to me. I feel like they are Zara basic. But yeah, they pretty much can go with anything. One of my coworkers once called them fashion boots, and I was like, okay, just because they have a zipper.
Cool.
Was this like your first choice? Like, how many other choices
Yeah.
or options were you guys exploring?
I feel like you knew that you wanted to wear the sparkly
I
dress.
didn't know for
right?
sure. Like, I knew that we were going to
At
be doing
first.
this. So I was like, but you said, don't do anything too crazy because it's a personal styles thing. So I was kind of like on the fence about if I was going to wear something this glittery and fancy. But it was kind of what I picked out first. I also tried like a tiger. It's like a tight. What is that tiger top?
Yeah,
Like a striped
like a little
top.
like baby tee. Not a baby tee because it wasn't cropped, but like a little tight t-shirt. Yeah,
Deep V.
yeah.
But then this was frankly easier to put on. It was already set aside. Sometimes it's just about the ease of it all because I'm always bad about picking out my records early enough too. So it always becomes like a mad dash of like, okay, I have to do the records, I have to do the makeup, and I have to pick out clothes. So since I had already set the dress aside and the tights were next to him, I tried them on last night, I think. And I was like, it's fine. It'll be fine, right? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And what about you, AJ?
I think I had like this shirt set out probably just like in a place that's like, oh, if I need to go out, this is where I go. It's like already out on a chair.
It's versatile for different occasions.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of if I tried anything else. Oh yeah, I did have like a dress out first, and it just seemed too fussy. I was like, I can't be putting on a whole dress.
Yeah, so if there are takeaways, it's like we're thrifty.
Yeah.
And we like things that are easy to figure out. Ajax, though, before we stray too far away from it, I do want to point out she's great at accessorizing.
Oh,
with various
I love my
rings.
It feels like I always like leave them in my purse because I feel like, if I need to go somewhere and I want to feel slightly fancy, then I just like get a little shiny, and then I'm like, yeah.
Do you guys always style each other, or how does that work? Or do you feel like AJ?
Yeah, sometimes we do share clothes a lot. Yeah.
She styles me more than I style her. Because there's
But
a
you
background.
do pick out stuff for me. Like when we're shopping, you'll be like, "Hey,"
That's where.
and I'll be like,
as much-
"Oh, that's a good
not as much
idea,"
at home,
because
I'm
I
like,
don't
"You should put this
always.
on," but when we're at Ross,
Yeah.
then I'm like, "This is."
Hey, what about
this
this
is your
thing?
style. You should have this.
And I'll usually be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I didn't see that because my eyes are looking for something else."
What about what inspires your like aesthetics for a show? Whether like I think each show is different, so particularly this is like the this is the Wine Hotel versus like a bar. How would you do it differently?
Yeah, I mean, for this gig, I try to like err on the conservative side with things. If it's like an after hours drug den, as one of my friends would say, then I don't care as much, and I might wear just like a Hustler t-shirt or something because I think it's funny. But here, it's like I should try to look as nice as possible. Also, the wig, I choose the wig gig to gig. Choose the wig gig to gig.
I did like how
So-
it was very matched with your ensemble today.
Yeah, this is one of my less crazy looking wigs because I also have like a neon pink that I
That one gets a
wear
lot of play.
It gets a lot of play.
Yeah.
Why you said that this gig? So for this gig, you wanted to look nicer.
Yeah,
Why
because
was
it's a nice hotel. It's also, frankly, more of a money gig than some of the other gigs.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
And frankly, it's more of a money gig than some of the other ones that are like if it's an after hours, it's like, I don't necessarily know what I'm going to get paid for it, but like, I can play whatever I want. I can play it loud. Whereas here, it's, you know, it's like, it's almost a
little more
technician kind
curated.
of thing. You can screw this up at a hotel. You don't want to freak anybody out too much. So.
What about you, AJ?
What was the or we were coming from, like, what is inspiring to us?
Or what? Yeah.
Why do you choose this for this?
Yeah.
Would you do something different if you went like after hours or like a dive bar?
Yeah, I definitely went for like my staple button down because I'm like, I'm gonna be put together. I'm gonna be like a little more like chic. Yeah, I definitely. It's funny because you were saying like, oh, it's hard to like get in the mindset of packing the records for this gig after you just came from picking out records for the radio where your goal is to play stuff that people haven't heard, and the goal here is to play stuff that maybe not necessarily people know the song, but they're going to recognize sort of like a vibe. They understand the vibe. Nothing that's like going to be too pushing the envelope. And I was just thinking like, oh yeah, like looking at my clothes, like I've been used to getting dressed for work where I'm just like, yeah, this is cool. Like, I'll wear this t-shirt because it's cool and funny, and like maybe somebody will have a reaction and, you know, I'll make somebody laugh. But like, I definitely wanted to be like, I'm slick right now. You know, professional.
What do you hope that your style says about you? I know it's going to be different from gig to gig, but what do you hope the message, well, not hope, but what do you feel like the message is, or people take away when they see you?
I try to keep it, let's see, maybe I'll boil it down to three, would they be adjectives? Yes. Professional, feminine, unique. So if I can check all three of those boxes, then I'm pretty happy, and I can't overthink it too much or I'll go crazy.
I once had a conversation with a therapist about how much I overthink my clothes. Like, she was like, well, that's a cool talent that you have. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I spent an hour trying to find a shirt that would match a car down the street so that after this appointment, I could go take a selfie with this car that I saw. But yeah, so I guess I do like, I have gotten better at not overthinking my clothes, but what I do hope at this point now is that I'll express some amount of not taking myself too seriously. As much as I want to look cool, I also want to look like I have a sense of humor, I guess.
That's important, right? To not take yourself too serious. Well, especially in LA.
I'm tall, and sometimes people read me as intimidating or imposing because of my height without, you know, in like a first impression.
It's a bit of a model vibe. And we have lots of models in LA. So. And
I prefer to not look that part, you know, all the time anyway. Maybe once in a while.
Approachable.
Maybe once in a while. Yeah, approachable. Yeah, I do like to be approachable and friendly.
So I remember to ask you, but you aired on the conservative side of the nice hotel bar. So if you were to like, what about the radio show? What do you do for the radio show? What do you wear?
I try to wear clothes, basically, because we don't do video. It's a purely audio. It's on FM radio, so nobody can see me except for the main host of the show, Tony Knox. He comes to our house where we broadcast the show from, but he's a punk guy and he doesn't care that much. We've been friends for a longer time, and it doesn't matter that much. I could really just roll out of bed and it would be fine. He's not super judgmental, but if we do have a guest on the show, then I do try to like get it together as quickly as possible, but it's still going to be usually more t-shirt kind of vibe at home.
feel like a lot of the time that we go out, we're looking a little bit more like punky than this. A little bit more ripped jeans, but also like a good band t-shirt. Both of us
and I have
like a collection
too here, but today felt like a good day to get the dress out.
Yeah.
So then what about your like day-to-day sort of style? How would you describe that? The shorts, because I think you mentioned you got the punk and the goth.
I mean, the band t-shirts are a big part of it, but it's mostly for comfort day to day because I think that this maybe started more during the pandemic with the lockdown, like tending more towards the reclusive side of things and not really going out as much in the daytime. That's kind of a thing. So I don't dress to impress day to day as much. It's more about like the laundry cycles, or what's comfortable. I mean, I like shorts. I found that out kind of recently because there was a point, I mean, this is like before coming out as trans, but like there was a point where it's like I wouldn't even wear shorts, but I kind of had this revelation. I was at the Lightning in a Bottle Festival. You know the Lightning in a Bottle Festival. I was there and it was like over 100 degrees, I feel like, and it's Bakersfield general area, just really hot. And I was wearing pants because I was working that festival for like a day, and then I had like a couple days off after that. So I was just hanging out, but I didn't pack to stay. That was kind of like I just decided. So I was there, and I had like maybe Dockers or something for work. And I had this revelation where I'm like, this is stupid to be wearing black Dockers in 105 degree heat or whatever. So I went to my car where I knew I had scissors, and I just cut them off. And since then, I've been pretty okay with wearing shorts.
I feel like over the summer you had a really solid shorts look. Yeah, like the little like cut-off jeans were really, really solid.
Yeah, thank you. Also,
the addition of the boots was like the boots and the shorts were like, yeah.
Because I'm a DJ, boots and shorts and boots and shorts and boots and shorts.